Hi, and welcome to the Simmer Vibes podcast. I'm your host, Simmer De Niro. And let me start off by saying this. The other day, I had posted up a TikTok saying how I freeze up when I talk. And what I mean by that is I don't like to talk about myself to the world. I only show my authentic self to the people that's closest to me because I feel like I guess the world don't deserve me or whatever. But I decided that I'm going to show off my authentic self with the world because I have to get uncomfortable. I have to be comfortable with getting uncomfortable. Like right now, this in itself is fucking hard for me because I don't want to show anybody this. I don't want to show anybody this side. Everybody, when you look at my TikToks, you think like, oh, like she's just a goofball, and I am a goofball, you know. But I'm also serious. I'm also serious and genuine
And
and kind and
smart.
stuff. But and that's why it took me so long to get my podcast out because it's just like I just didn't want to show everybody my authentic self. But I did a lot of self-reflecting and inner healing. And I still need to do that stuff. It's a process. It's not an overnight process, but it's a process, and that shit is not for the weak. Let me make this disclaimer. I am not a therapist. I'm just sharing my self-reflection, what I've noticed, the patterns. Yeah. So today I want to talk about self-awareness and taking accountability. If I'm looking over here, um, I'm looking at my notes, and because I be losing my train of thought. I don't know what's my motherfucking train of thought now. What the fuck? Okay, I'm back. Self-awareness, okay? So I'm the type of person that I like to find the root of the problem instead of pretending and being all nonchalant and act like, oh, that's just me, that's just how I am, and just like throw it over my shoulder. I feel like that does more damage to you than actually feeling those feelings and releasing those feelings. Because if you sit there and you pretend like the shit don't bother you, just have this disgusting, nonchalant attitude, you're creating a bigger monster within yourself without you knowing it. So me being the analytical person that I am, I like to dissect the problem. I want to try to find the root of the problem. So like for instance, for example, if a person likes to lie and cheat,
Squirrel.
that's my fucking cat. My bad. Back to the lying and cheating. So like if I'm a person that lies and cheats and I know that's wrong, because I know what's right from wrong, but sometimes people know what's right from wrong, but sometimes they don't understand why they do those things. Why do they do those things, the things that they do? So it's like, okay, if I lie, cheat, or steal, for example, let's say stealing, for example. Like, why do I steal? Right? Now you have to try to find the root of the problem. Now you have to go all the way back to when you was younger. Maybe you lack some money and that's why you still steal today because you lack that money. And it's like that's what people taught you, that's what your parents taught you, or maybe somebody showed you that, or whatever the case may be. And that was taught when you were small, because the people around you take what is it? People around you can be an influence. Your environment can be an influence. Where you live at can be an influence. Anything can be an influence. So now you take that into adulthood and you don't realize, like, damn, why do I fucking steal? It's because of the lack of money that you had from the past. So now you have to bring it back to the present day and take accountability and realize that the parents and the influence that you had in the past, um, they didn't know any better. Your parents didn't know any better. So it's like you have to be not kind, like sensitive, not sensitive, self-aware of that. you have to understand that your parents and your parents' parents didn't know any better, that they only taught you what they were taught, you know? So now in the present day, so now you bring it back to the present day and realize that you're responsible and accountable for you stealing today. And now what are you going to try to do to unlearn those bad habits from the past? Now it's like you have to feel those lack of emotions. No, the money lack from back when you were smaller, had to feel those emotions and kind of like release those emotions instead of bottling all that up within, which is going to make it worse. So I'm going to give you guys another example, and I'm going to get a little personal. So I'm 31 and I had only 2 miscarriages my whole entire life. My first miscarriage, I think I was like 24, 25. My second miscarriage, I was like 30. And both of those miscarriages, it was a pattern. It was the same exact pattern. The only difference was it was different states, it was different characters within this pattern. So now I have to take a step back and realize, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Where am I going wrong? And where I went wrong from is I was not loving myself enough. And what does loving, you know how sometimes people be like, oh, well, you got to love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. And you always heard that. But what did that look like for you? Like, what does that look like for you? And look like for me also, you know, because I never had the luxury of having someone to sit there and explain that to me. So like self-love will look like boundaries, prioritizing your mental health, self-care, unlearning coping skills. I'm gonna make like another video on this and kind of like go in depth of what self-love is and what does that look like. But I'm gonna save that for another video. But that being said, like I had to take a step back and kind of like analyze the situation and like, okay, well, what am I gonna do differently? Like, yes, I'm gonna love myself differently, but what am I gonna do myself? What am I going to do differently? So this time around, what I'm doing differently is I'm single for a whole year and I'm celibate and I'm gonna be celibate for a whole year, probably possibly even longer than that. Not saying that I'm gonna refrain from talking to people because I feel like you shouldn't stop that, so to speak, because I feel like talking to people can how you say help you with your critical thinking, help you with your other views on like different perspectives and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna like not talk to people, but I am gonna be celibate. Like that's not a non-negotiable. That's what I'm trying to say. And so far, I'm doing great. I'm doing fucking awesome. Temptation is a motherfucker. I almost lost the battle a couple times, but I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself. And that's another thing. Celebrate your little wins. Oh shit. Celebrate the small wins and cheer yourself on. Even if you have to do it, like do it behind closed doors, or fuck it. Just be like, you know, every time I do a TikTok, I ain't gonna hold you. I'll be like, oh my God, you did so good. Like you did so good in the transition or whatever it is. And I guess like I guess I'm like talking to like my inner child and stuff. And it's such a good feeling, you know, when you do it by yourself. Another thing, when I be talking down rabbit holes. Just forgive me. Bear with me. Um Another thing, another advice I'll give you guys is don't let fear hold you back. I know that's easier said than done, but you also have to realize like tomorrow's not promised, because I could have out myself yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep that in my head. Not too much. 'Cause I try to keep a balance of it. You know, not too fucking much. But yeah, don't let fear hold you back. And take calculated risk. If like you want to go for that job, go for that career, fucking do it. Another thing. Another banger. Um, I lost my fucking train of thought again. And another thing, another a word I do live by is that the only person that's going to save you is you. Not your mama, your daddy, your pappy, your cat, your dog, the roaches in your fucking house. They not gonna save you. And that's a very hard pill to swallow. And you're going to end up doing that shit alone. I actually asked the universe for this. And when I asked the universe for this, the whole world around me is going to start crumbling. You're going to start losing a lot of fucking people. Just losing them. They all fucking drop like flies. And you have to be okay. You have to be okay and not okay with that. You have to be okay with not being okay. Am I making sense? I am making sense. And trust me, you're going to have a lot of highs and lows. I got down to the lowest point that I wanted to. I was ready. And I was talking to this guy. And to this day, he don't know what he did because I didn't fucking tell him. I just didn't bother to tell him. I actually blocked his ass. But the day that I was, or whatever, he texted me that night, was like, oh, let's go get drinks. And he kind of like snapped me out of it. If he didn't snap me out of it, and I went out for drinks, but if he didn't snap me out of it, I don't think I wouldn't be here. But till this day, he don't know that. And I'm not gonna fucking tell him that. Talking about, oh, I'm Captain Saberho. Bitch, fuck you. No, the fuck you not. And that night I went out, I got fucked up. I got fucked up. I was throwing up in that man's car. I fucked up. And mind you, like this healing life, that shit is not for the weak. It is not for the fucking weak. I'm telling you, you're going to have highs and lows. But I promise you, I guarantee you it's going to be worth it way at the end. Like now in my life, I'm way more content. I don't have those feelings. I mean, I still go through highs and lows. You're going to go through highs and lows regardless. What else? I forgot what else I was going to say. But yeah, that's what I got for tonight. And I'm actually proud of myself that I did this. Because this shit took a lot out of me. Bitch, I didn't even want to fucking do this shit. But I fucking did it. Bitch, you did that shit. Bitch, I'm fucking proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm fucking proud of you. But yeah. But thank you for listening. And make sure you like this and share it to anybody that needs to hear this, possibly need to hear it. Thank you for listening.